Hey everybody, David here, and this is another Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition class archetype breakdown, and today we're going to take a look at one of the new archetypes, well the expanded archetypes from the Sword Coast Adventurer's Guide, and today we'll be taking a look at the Barbarian Path of the Totem Warrior, which originally is featured in the Player's Handbook. And in the Sword Coast Companion's Guide, it takes the original Path of the Totem Warrior that has the bear, eagle, and wolf totems, and the Sword Coast Adventurer's Guide expands on it and adds a couple more animals such as the elk and the tiger. So now instead of having 3 choices for totems, you have 5 choices, which is actually a pretty good thing. I really like what they've done with the additions. So, whenever you choose a class, there are 12 core classes in Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition. Everything from the Barbarian, the Cleric, the Fighter, yada yada yada, Paladin, Monk. So when you choose your main class, depending on which class you take, at a certain level you will gain more flavor to your class, which is called an archetype. And the Barbarians, they take paths. And at level 3, when you choose Barbarian, as you can see here, you will get Primal Path. Now, this does not mean that you're not going to get everything else, because for the core Barbarian class, which is what you'll also get, you'll get a multitude. This is probably one of the strongest classes for the amount of variety of features that a class gets. You will get everything from your bread and butter rage. You know, your bonus rage damage will go up. You'll get eventually, when you hit maximum level, you'll have an unlimited amount of rages, so you can just stay mad the entire time. I love it. You'll also get your ability score improvements. You'll get extra attack, like the Ranger and the Fighter. And as you can see, you'll just get more and more features as you get higher level. So at level 3, when you're going to get to choose a path for your Barbarian. And this is the Path of the Totem Warrior. And the Path of the Totem Warrior, like I said, is already in the Player's Handbook. But this new expansion from the Sword Coast Adventurer's Guide, it adds a couple more different animals, a couple more spirit totems that you can choose from. Instead of just having, the bear, the eagle, and the wolf, this will expand on and add the elk and the tiger. So let's go ahead and take a look at the Path of the Totem Warrior. So at level 3, when you choose this archetype, you'll get Spirit Seeker right off the bat at level 3. This is where yours is a path that seeks attunement with the natural world, giving you a kinship with beast. So when you adopt this Path of the Totem Warrior, you will gain the ability to cast the Beast Sense and Speak with Animals spells, but you'll only be able to use those as rituals. And in Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition, chapters 9 and chapters 10, that is their spell casting chapters. And if you are able to cast these, because a Barbarian normally cannot cast spells, so whenever you have these 2 new spells, Beast Sense and Speak with the Animals, you can cast these as rituals. And a ritual takes 10 minutes to cast. Pretty nice. So those are the rules in chapter 9 in the Player's Handbook, and you can get familiar with that. So you're going to get a couple spells to basically speak with animals. Really nice. So next, you're also going to get at level 3, Totem Spirit. And I really like Totem Spirit, because this is when you adopt this Path of the Totem Warrior, you are going to gain a physical item that is going to represent the animal spirits that you choose as you gain more levels on your Barbarian. So at level 3, and another thing that I'd like to point on is this Totem Spirit, or whatever physical item that you want to have. It is a great time for you to incorporate roleplay into your D&D game. How do you get this totem? Do you create it? Was it given to you by the spirits? That is ultimately up to you. And you could really have a lot of fun with this with you and your dungeon master, sort of like maybe a vision that you saw. and you can have like a little side quest and get your your path of the Totem Warrior done that way. It is really cool, and I really encourage players, if you do take path of the Totem Warrior or any other archetype for any class, role play that out. Have a good time with it. Just don't have it magically show up as you're leveling in like a video game or something. It's all about role play, but the path of the Totem Warrior is a perfect example of incorporating role play into your archetype. Really can't get any better for something like this. So you're going to get to choose as you get your totem spirit. It's going to be a physical item, whether you want a totem or maybe a necklace, whatever you choose to have, that's what you want. And you get to choose these 5 creatures, these 5 animal spirits. You get to choose between, which was the originals were the bear, the eagle, and the wolf, but now the Sword Coast Adventurer's Guide, they add the elk and the tiger. So it just gives you that much more flavor to choose from. So if you choose the spirit of the bear, while raging, you will have resistance to all damage except psychic damage. That is strong. Resistance in D&D 5e is you take half damage. That's how it works. And the spirit of the bear makes you tough enough to stand up to any punishment. And with resistance, that will really, everybody else will be dead around you and you'll still be standing. But remember, you got to be raging when you're using these totem spirits. So the next is the eagle, and this is while you're raging and are not wearing any heavy armor. Other creatures will have disadvantage on opportunity attack rolls against you. And you can dash, and you can use the dash action as a bonus action on your turn. The spirit of the eagle makes you into a predator who can weave through the fray with ease. So dash action normally is a standard action, but whenever you have the totem of the eagle, it cuts it from a standard to a bonus action. Really nice perk. And also, if you take any kind of attack of opportunities, then those creatures attacking you will be attacking at disadvantage. And in Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition, disadvantage is you roll twice and take the lowest. Big penalty. Disadvantage is really strong. And advantage is super strong too. Wolf. While you're raging, your friends have advantage on melee attack rolls against any hostile creature that are within 5 feet of you. The spirit of the wolf makes you a leader of hunters. So, again, you have to be raging, and your friends will have advantage on melee attack rolls against any hostile creature that's within 5 feet of you. So if you're within 5 feet and someone else is attacking it, even if that person is a caster or maybe a rogue or ranger that's using a bow that's 30 feet away from you, they will have advantage on that attack roll. The Totem of the Wolf allows that. That's very strong too. So as you can see, there are some great benefits so far for Path of the Totem Warrior. So the 2 new that we're going to touch on now, the elk and the tiger. The elk is while you're raging and are not wearing any heavy armor, your walking speed increases by 15 feet. So if you have a 30 feet movement or 35, say you have 35 feet movement, your movement will now be 50 while you're raging. That's crazy. And in Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition, there's such a powerful feature that allows you to move, attack, and then move again and attack. And you can continue to move as long and between as many attacks, whatever you want, as long as you do not go past your maximum movement. I mean, that's super strong. So now the spirit of the elk makes you extraordinarily swift, as you can see, adding 15 feet onto your movement. Now the tiger, the totem spirit for tiger, is while raging, you can add 10 feet to your long jump distance and 3 feet to your high jump distance, and the spirit of the tiger empowers your leaps. Pretty nice. There's some rules for jumping with with a head start, standing still jumping, high jumping. There's all kinds of rules. You can just check those out. They're in the player's handbook under movement. So the next thing, at level 6, you are going to gain a magical benefit based on the totem animal of your choice. So what that means is, when you hit 6th level, you get another one of these spirit animals to basically endow your totem. And you don't have to choose the same animal that you've already chosen. So if you first off chose the spirit of the bear to get the resistance, now you're also going to be able to choose a new one. So you can choose the bear again, or you can choose the eagle, wolf, elk, or tiger. It doesn't restrict you on staying with the same animal. You can be as diverse as you want, which is really nice about this line. So at level 6, you can choose the bear, and this is where you gain the might of a bear. Your carrying capacity, including maximum load and maximum lift, is doubled, and you have advantage on strength checks made to push, pull, lift, or break objects. Pretty nice advantage, and plus you get double carrying capacity. Really nice. Eagle. This is where you're going to gain eyesight of an eagle. You're going to be able to see up to 1 mile away from you with no difficulty, and you'll be able to discern even fine details as though looking at something that's no more than 100 feet away from you. Now additionally, dim light does not impose disadvantage on your wisdom perception checks, so that's sort of like another bonus. Wolf. This is where you're going to gain the hunting sensibilities of a wolf, and this is where you can track other creatures while traveling at a fast pace, and you can move stealthily while traveling at a normal pace. And there's some rules in Chapter 8. Normally, whenever you are tracking at a slower pace, you get bigger bonuses, but this is allowing you to track at a faster pace, and also it's going to let you move stealthily at a normal pace, because usually when you stealth, you're traveling at a slow pace. So this allows you to basically upgrade it to a normal pace, which is really nice. Now, if you take the aspect of the beast for the elk, which is one of the new additions with the Sword Coast Adventures Guide, this is really nice. Whether mounted or on foot, your travel pace is doubled, as is the travel pace for up to 10 companions while they're within 60 feet of you and you're not incapacitated. So that is pretty nice. And this is where the elk spirit helps you and your companions roam far and fast. I like that. It doubles your travel pace as long as your companions are within 60 feet of you. That is really nice. That would be really, really, really good for the new Out of the Abyss campaign, where travel is actually really important. Now the final spirit is Tiger, and this is where you're going to gain proficiency in 2 skills from the following list. You'll be able to choose 2 from athletics, acrobatics, stealth, and survival. Pretty self-explanatory right there. And the cat spirit hones your survival instincts. Now also at level 10, you're going to get the Spirit Walker feature. And this is where you can now cast some more spells, and you can cast the Commune with Nature spell, but only as a ritual, like when you hit level 3 and you were getting your Spirit Seeker stuff. So once again, you'll be able to cast this spell as a ritual. It'll take 10 minutes plus the cast time. No big deal. So whenever you do this, there will be a spiritual version of one of your animals, and whatever one you choose, and this is how you're going to convey the information that you seek between you and the Spirit Walker that you've actually used with the Commune ritual. And then last but not least, you're going to get Totemic Attunement, and this will be at level 14. And once again, it's going to add more flavor onto your physical totem. And once again, you're going to be able to choose a different path. And you can add on, if you want to take all boar, go for it, all eagle. But like I said, this does not restrict you, and you can choose a different animal every single time. Really cool. So Totemic Attunement with the bear is while you are raging, any creature within 5 feet of you that's hostile to you has disadvantage on attack rolls against other targets rather than you. So basically it acts as a taunt. And if you're standing beside the wizard, they try to attack the wizard, they will be imposed disadvantage while they're attacking the wizard. If they were attacking you, it would be normal. But as long as that wizard is within 5 feet of you, it'll have disadvantage. Now, an enemy is immune to this effect if it cannot see or hear you, or if it cannot be frightened. So there are some monsters that cannot see and hear, so it'll be a rare case, but sometimes Totemic Attunement for the bear won't work. But that'll be a very rare special case. Eagle is while raging. This is pretty cool. While raging, you will have a fly speed equal to your current speed. So if you have a 55 feet movement, you can fly 55 feet. But here's the kicker to it. This benefit only works in short bursts. So if you fly 55 feet up into the air, you're going to fall at the end of your turn unless you have something that you're holding onto, or maybe something holding you up. So it only works in short bursts, which is kind of funny. But I really think that using this could actually benefit jumping up on other balconies, taking advantage of like very long jumps, to get into combat quick, to jump over targets. I really like that. I really like this eagle feature for Totemic Attunement. So the next thing you can do is Wolf. Is while you're raging, you can use a bonus action on your turn to knock a large or smaller creature prone when you hit it with a melee weapon attack. That's really nice, because a lot of times maybe the creature would do a saving throw to maybe negate being knocked prone, but not with this wolf totem. You're literally going to have the choice. As long as this is a large or smaller creature, large, medium, small, or tiny, boom, you knock it prone. No save, no nothing. Really nice. Elk. This is one of the new the additions with the Sword Coast Adventurer's Guide. And the elk is while raging, you can use a bonus action during your move to pass through the space of a large or smaller creature. That creature must succeed on a strength saving throw at DC 8 plus your strength plus proficiency, or be knocked prone and take bludgeoning damage equal to a D12 plus your strength modifier. Really nice. And that's nice as a bonus action. So, as long as it's of a space of large or smaller, hey, I would take advantage of that. It's really nice. Now, the last one is also from the companion guide, the Adventurer's Guide, Sword Coast. That's the tiger. And while you're raging, if you move at least 20 feet in a straight line, now this isn't a straight line, towards a large or smaller target, right before making a melee weapon attack against it, you can use a bonus action to make an additional weapon attack against it. So that's really nice. It's sort of like a pounce, I guess, without the jump. So you can charge in as long as you're 20 feet in a straight line. You're recklessly raging. You charge in, you get your attack, bonus action, bam, get an additional attack. What is not better than that? And if you're higher level and you have extra attack, you can literally wallop something 3 times and maybe kill it before it even gets a chance to attack back. So really cool stuff. The Path of the Totem Warrior, I'm really happy with the way that they expanded this. And I would like to see them even expand it more with more supplements down the line, which I'm sure they probably will. They'll probably add more, maybe serpents and maybe ravens or something like that. So very cool. Hope you guys enjoyed this breakdown. If you guys have any comments, please feel free to leave them down below. Please like it. If you like what you see, please subscribe to the YouTube channel. And of course, until next time, I'll see you guys later, and happy gaming. Bye-bye.